Welcome to the Tequila Time Podcast. I'm so excited to introduce to you my guest today, member of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Meesh. Hi, Meesh. How's it going?
Very good, Tequila. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really great. Thank you for asking. I'm so excited to have you on the show. I've been so excited to listen to you and hear your story and understand, I guess, your journey into the Bored Ape Yacht Club so far. So if we just start, we'll roll back to last year and hear your story of how you managed to be a part of this community.
Okay. Yeah, about when the Bored Ape Yacht Club came out, I saw them minting. I was into NFTs pretty heavily at that point and was spying on everything that came out and liked what they were doing, liked the fact that they were cool looking apes. And, I knew exactly what ape and in meant to, the crypto community. And I was ready to jump in quickly, but I had spent all my ETH on and other stuff before that. So I was watching from the sidelines at first and looking closely. And then one day in the V Friends Discord, Gary V brought in a bunch of apes and I got to know a lot more about them. I hopped into their Discord and I was like, all right, I already seen these guys. I like what they're doing. I like their community. Floor's going up. I got to get one as fast as I can. And I started listing a bunch of my NFTs to try to get. I'm seeing the floor go up from 0.25 to 0.88, 1 ETH, and I managed to get a deal off for a V-friend. Very nice when I didn't want to sell, but I was like, all right, I need to get in. So I sold that and ended up getting a couple Bored Apes with that money. And, I was like, yes, I got my apes. And then in the beginning, I was trying to flip those to one I really liked. I was like, all right, let me see if I can make one of these and buy a different one. And I ended up not having an ape for a while, trying to flip them. The floor shot up on me. And then I ended up getting really lucky with the trade and minted a couple bunch of World of Women. And I had one World of Woman that had like 4 gold traits on it. And I just tweeted, I was like, hey, Logan Paul, buy my World of Woman. And he hits me up. He's like, hey, what do you want for it? And we're about to work out a deal. And he ends up falling asleep on me. And I go into the World of Woman Discord. I'm like, yo, I just got offered 14 ETH for this World of Woman. Who's going to beat it? And someone's like, I'll trade you a Bored Ape for it. I was like, sold. So that's how I got back into the apes. And then, from there, never really looked back.
That's amazing. I love it. Like, I love that story because there's so many moments where it could have happened or it may not have happened. And I guess we're lucky as well there where World of Women even shot up because obviously they started to do well too. They started to pump. So it was, I guess, a good trade for whoever minted the ape as well. So wow. That's amazing. It's amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
and you've got a cool ape. Like I'm living the ape. And there's been a few actually on the podcast so far with the Fez hat. It's definitely a good look. I like it.
Thank you. Yeah, we got our own little crew going, the Fezes.
It's awesome. Yeah, and we were speaking earlier, and I remember you mentioning you were using the Bored Ape IP of yours for a clothing line.
Yeah, my cousins, more like my brothers, have had a clothing company for, in the family for over 20 something years, and they've dressed countless celebrities over the years, and they've had Weezy Neon Del wear their stuff, Pitbull, Michael Jackson.
Amazing.
So they've been all over the place in fashion, and we think that we could get a bunch of different apes and turn it into a higher end fashion clothing line. That with maybe potentially other NFT projects that might look good on it. As of right now, we've worked together and made samples for over 10 or 11 apes at this moment for t-shirts, black and white t-shirts for apes with their outline on it. We've had a couple collaboration shirts with maybe 8 or so apes on it with wanted on it and our crimes on the bottom. And we've had a bunch of other stuff like created and drawn up to make samples for. So far, we've made about maybe 16, 17 designs, some of them in a few different colors. And we're just creating it, testing the waters right now, and looking to find a way to create an NFT project for it where we allow other apes and other projects to say, hey, we want our stuff on a shirt and we would like to make the money from that ape, and we'll work out a deal. So right now we're just testing. We're trying to showcase what we could do as a company, what we've done. And now we have to figure out how to best bring that into Web3 without looking like greedy cash grabbers.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. And again, like fashion, any kind of industry where there's a consumable point to it. So fashion, clothing, and entertainment, such as events, or even, food and drinks, beverages and anything like that, anything that can be a product and can be worn or eaten or drunk. I think we'll definitely do well, especially with like the Bored Ape brand. We're already established. We've almost got free marketing in a way. And yeah, fashion, especially with your family already being in that industry, already having that experience, the connections, and obviously make clothing well enough to, fit celebrities. That is amazing. Yeah, like wow. Like maybe you can make some tequila branding, Maybe you can make like a dress for like for tequila. That would be quite cool.
They've had made women's clothing in the past as well, so they're able to
amazing.
do it
That's
all.
Definitely good to know. I'll definitely be hitting you up after the show because I was actually thinking of like a few things that I could do to design, I guess, my ape in real life. Because you go to events, and unless you've bought like the hoodies and the tracksuits and stuff and the shorts, a lot of it's very boyish. There's not really anything that's feminine. And I haven't seen a bikini yet, so I'm thinking maybe to, I don't know, go down the road of like for the females in the space.
Yeah, we definitely need more of that
For
in this
sure, for
space.
sure. But yeah, no, that's super exciting. And again, you're so early. Bringing the fashion into Web3 right now is a massive plus point because one day everything's going to be in the metaverse, like from every brand you can imagine, including down to like water bottles, everything that we use in daily life right now, whether you drink Coca-Cola or have an orange juice in the morning. And then, I don't know, for lunch, you go for a salad or you go to an Italian restaurant or something. Like everything is going to be in the metaverse. And people will live their lives, as if they were, I guess, in reality, but they're not, they're there. And maybe you'll earn points. So if you're healthier as an avatar, you'll get points for going to a smoothie bar instead of going to an ice cream parlor. So I think there's going to be so much in regards to consumption and fashion and entertainment. Anything in those industries, I think, are going to do well as long as they can bridge together Web 2, Web 3, and maybe people benefit in real life from, I guess, owning those, NFTs or tokens or whatever it might be in the metaverse. But I think there's so many exciting things because of blockchain technology that businesses and anyone trying to build or grow right now can do and utilize. It's very cool.
Yeah, the game's changing and a lot we could do.
Sure. There's a lot of potential. I just think it's amazing being in fashion, already being experts in your field, really. And all you need is marketing, because I guess marketing is everything in this space. And as long as it's marketed right and maybe, I guess, influenced correctly, the right people to show off the brand, the right people to maybe the advocates, I think it could definitely do well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I'm trying to come in and find the right people. My own father had a clothing line as well, so I grew up in the clothing industry too. But I have definitely not done nothing close to it in my the guys that I'm working with
Yeah.
are doing, and I'm gonna leave all of the designing stuff to them. I'll come in with a couple of nice designs or ideas if we could get it done right. But they're the ones that are going to do all the back end, it's kind of up to me to find the right people to work with, the right apes to put on the shirts, and the right developer to help us turn it into an NFT project and write it into a smart contract. So, they got their hands full already with the entire business. And that's where I come in. I got to turn that into something that other apes and other big people and influential people in the community want to join and want to work with us. But I think the clothing company's resume speaks for itself. So I gotta go out there and just show it out there and try to bring people in. And the best part is it's right next to the Super Chief Gallery. So if somebody wants to go to an NFT event, we'll be like, hey, come have a quick drink in the office right around right here. So, and then we get to show them what we're up to and what we could do. And so it's like the perfect spot, right place, right time, right people. And now I gotta just get that into full
amazing.
force.
Just feed them some tequila. They'll definitely be in that shop then. Like tequila.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. It's always the right time. Tequila time,
Absolutely.
Yeah, tequila's always a good idea.
I'm usually on whiskey, but today a shot of tequila.
Yeah, I think it would be maybe we should have had some during the show actually. Maybe I should have got a bottle and we could have cheers. That would have been nice. Next time we'll do it for part 2 or something.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I like whiskey as well. I'm not really
Sounds
a
good.
big drinker, but tequila's my favorite drink. So if I do drink, it's definitely tequila. But yeah, whiskey can be nice. Yeah, whiskey can be nice. I kind of like honey whiskey actually. Have you tried that?
Honey whiskey? I've had a few. Very good. Yeah. I'll try any whiskey. Actually, when I went to the first Ape Fest, one of my fellow ape friends brought someone from New York there. He owns a bar right across from the Barclays Center. And we were drinking. He's showing me all these whiskeys. And then the next day I go to another bar and I order a whiskey. And the bartender pulls out every whiskey and makes me smell every one of them and sniff them and then taste every one of them. So I was like, my first Ape Fest, I felt like I went there, okay, I kind of like whiskey. And then I came back like an expert. Like these bartenders had so much knowledge on it. I was like, all right, I know exactly what I'm drinking, where I'm drinking it from. So it was a nice experience, but definitely caused me to drink more than I should have during that week. Oh yeah, when I came back exactly a connoisseur. I had the right mentor, I'd say.
Imagine.
A couple people from the Midwest, and they're showing me all of the different. They're like, oh no, that's the Kentucky. Oh, this is the Tennessee one. Complete difference. It's like, oh come on. So it was like a fun night, and I never really had a bartender take the time to explain that much things to me before. So, it was nice. You get to see how New York is a different vibe. So, these types of things bring us all around the world, and Miami next month, is going to be a completely different vibe than that too. So.
Yeah,
it's gonna
for
be
sure.
It's gonna be fun.
It's amazing. I went to Ape Fest this year. Went to New York for obviously the whole of everything. I ended up missing a lot because I felt like all of the events were very close together. So that was a shame. But Ape Fest was kind of my main priority because it was not everyone was able to go, and I managed to get all 4 nights. So I loved it. I had such a good time. It was so amazing to meet everyone. And speaking of alcohol, the captain, which was a tequila cocktail, I think Gordon created it or had something to do with it. And it was really, really strong. It was insane, but it was very good. It did something. Oh, yeah,
I forgot what I was doing. Yeah, I forgot the names, but that whole event was amazing. You know, all the different drinks.
Oh,
You get the coffee with your ape designed right on it.
yeah,
It was just, I was like, wow, they really like they surprised us, and we already were expecting a lot from them. And
yeah,
then the music was great. The
yeah,
vibes were great. Um, the shopping in line wasn't that bad. I mean, like compared to the first Ape Fest, where we're like literally 6 hours in line shopping for our merch. But that was like where you made a lot of your friends. So it was like
yeah.
6 hours in line, and you're like, oh, okay, what ape do you got? They're like, oh, we're already following each other. Like, oh, of course I know you. Like, I just didn't know you. I know you're ape, but so those lines are like really, you're either mad in it or you took it for what it was, and you're like, you know what, here's our fam. Let's get to know and shake everybody's hand in like a 50-foot radius, and by the time the line's up, I'll know everybody here, and when you see them at the parties, it's like, yo, you had a good 30-minute convo with them already. So it was like it gave us all a chance to talk to each other in a serious like way that we never really would have before. So even though people were mad about the lines, the first one kind of brought us together because you either went through that together or you didn't. You went through the trenches or you didn't. So
Yeah.
it was a good kind of way to build a camaraderie, and it's only grown from there.
Yeah, for sure. I had so much FOMO missing the first Ape Fest. I really wanted to be there. Just a lot of things sort of stood in my way and stopped me. So I was so excited to go this year. But what I will say about it was, as special as it was, how amazing it was to meet people in real life where from their profile picture, I got to put a face to the ape. It was amazing. Just, I guess it was very loud. It was very, the weather was bad and it was raining on us like quite a bit. And then we were all trying to run for cover. There wasn't much shelter in the outdoor sort of space where the music was and loud. So I found it difficult really to sort of start conversation when everyone was just like getting really drunk and having a good time, but it wasn't really like an intimate networking experience, you know? So yeah, I can imagine having long lines and queues where you're just sort of standing, talking, sort of getting to know each other was probably a completely different atmosphere the first year.
Yeah, definitely. I see what you mean. Yeah, it was raining hard a couple nights, and the music was glaring. And even if you're in like, there was no corner. Like every corner had a big line for food or for drinks or something. So you didn't have a quiet spot.
Yeah,
And I definitely see that. But I guess the best parties, the best connections will probably happened after or before the event. Like the people that you met at Ape Fest and had a good time with. Like it was only what, about 10 or 11 o'clock at night when the party ended and you got out of there. So you still
yeah,
had 5-6 hours in New York to like really enjoy some time with some select people. So
yeah.
definitely something that was very memorable. I remember after the Snoop and Eminem night on Thursday, I had a table at the Sappy Seals event, and I brought like 8 apes with us to crash the Seals event with us. So it was just like from one place to the other, and it was like, all right, they're done, but the night's not done. Let's keep going, and it was fun. Partying with them from 5 p.m. till 4 a.m. kind of thing with Fest to the nightclub. So it's definitely a night I'm not gonna forget.
Yeah, for sure. Like those memories will last forever. And again, like building bonds, building new connections with people that maybe for a year we've been anonymous friends on Twitter. Like it is a bit crazy, and it is special and it is amazing. And especially like being able to attend those events. Like not everyone can make it, and being able to connect with people who all have a mutual interest, and we're all sort of we're all in the same sort of position in a way. Like we're all trying to make it in this space. We all want to build as many connections as we can and create rich quality relationships. And, to be able to do that in a place that's fun and free and where you can just sort of be relaxed to meet it. I just think, yeah, absolutely amazing. Totally great memories that will last forever. And I've got lots of photos as well, which was cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the people individually are all amazing too. Some of the smartest or nicest or most hardworking people are like, obviously every community got their bad apples, but you could tell like a lot of us have this certain vision that aligns with each other. And it's just, you already brought a bunch of people that are like-minded and then put them together. So they're like the potential for our relationships to grow into something else is just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the relationships with people that we create and build now are invaluable. They'll last forever. And who knows where we'll all be one day. But the network we'll build through meeting in real life, being able to build trust and to say, yeah, I met that person in real life and we gelled and we clicked and it works and we've got lots of things that we align with and, our values are in the right place and the future looks bright because, someone will be working on a certain project that, really could, again, supersede all our expectations. And no one, again, can build alone. We're all in it together, which is another amazing thing. Like we're all at this beginning point, at the dawn of something that's basically the new internet. It's like bigger than the internet. It's bigger than anything we've ever been through. And we're all in it together, like now. Like it's insane. It's amazing. I am bubbling inside. I'm so excited. I feel like, all of our dreams could come true if like we like aim for them, because there's never been a time in our history where it would have been possible like this. Never would we have had the leverage that we do right now to make things happen and be possible, because there's people who we're all able to meet. I know I've met people and spoken with people that I'd never be able to in my wildest dreams, because I never would have known how to contact them, never would have been able to get close to them, because I wouldn't have had their number or their Telegram or their Twitter and been able to, I guess, have access. And the fact that, again, being a Bored Ape has given us the opportunity to connect with people, one, the other side of the world, two, in a different sort of, I guess, world, because everyone lives a different life on this planet and we all have different experiences and we can't really choose where we're born or, how we live the first part of our lives. And then whatever happens after is, I guess, from the choices we make and what we aim for. So to be able to sort of talk and meet with people that, again, never would have I thought was possible, and now it's possible, is insane. Like but it's amazing. And we all have that opportunity. We're all here right now present, and we're all waiting to see what happens. That's a fact. None of us know exactly what's going to happen and when. Obviously, we have a lot of faith in the founders and where the team is taking the Bored Apes, but anything can happen and in this volatile market. But what is amazing is most of the Bored Apes who are still here, who are still holding, who are still turning up every day in the space, most people are building a brand around their apes or their IP or a part of projects or supporting projects. So we are a network of people and a community like no other so far that I've seen. I do know there's other good communities and other great people. Just when it comes to a community almost as a whole, almost 100% that I know of are that tight-knit sort of support network, where everyone is willing to support each other. We all want to see each other make it. Yes, there might be a few bad apples who might not feel that way, but the majority, I've never known anything like it, and it is incredible. It's so good to see. Amazing.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this in my life either. It's something like like after college, I had such a good time and met so many people so easily and so quick. And then you graduate and you go out in the real world, and then it's like, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but in Los Angeles, it's like not easy to talk to people. In fact, I do know how it is. I go to Miami or New York and I say anything to anybody, and you're talking for 2 hours or having a conversation, or they'll just shoo you away real quick. They're not gonna like pretend to like you, and
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, I guess it's just, I've always found it, like ever since college, difficult to like find people that think like me. And I went to Berkeley, so it was a very revolutionary kind of school. And my professors are talking about Bitcoin in 2010, and like
I love it.
I literally, I'm like either choosing between Subway $5 footlongs or $5 worth of Bitcoin. And I got, man, $5 worth of Bitcoin would have been a lot right now. So, but it was like, if I really didn't have that one sandwich, like, I could have so much more. But it's like, so I knew exactly what crypto could do. I have like a revolutionary background as a Palestinian. Like, I was born to be like someone that has to speak up or just is gonna get ran over. Like, my people, like my own, like people are having that happen to them. My own family members have had that happen to them. I've had, after 9/11, being an Arab in the United States is basically a death sentence for your career. And
Wow.
I mean, maybe but you're going to get stuck wherever you're at. You're not moving up the line if you were an Arab after 9/11 in any corporate field. So it's like, I saw Arabs and, people getting just thrown aside just because of their race. So I seen the racism that exists in the world around us, and I realized that there's nothing you can't like discriminate against me for my race in crypto. You can't prevent me from buying something. You can't prevent me from doing something. You can't tell me I can't have that or do this. So I've always had that in my mind, that this is what will lead to freedom,
Yeah.
freedom for oppressed people all over the world. And it's just so like exciting that like people are actually using it that way. Obviously, I know it could be used more in that way, but that's what drew me to this kind of like stuff in the first place. Like, this was the way out for a lot of people that I seen that struggled. I've had family members assassinated for writing. And then after they get assassinated, their books are burned. And, obviously you got an internet now and you can put it on forever, but you got people that could censor the internet and go ahead and try to censor the blockchain. So it's like,
Yeah.
everything kind of leads to the same thing for me. Like, we need it for like a lot of problems I see in the world around me, it would solve.
Yeah.
And I kind of believe in it to the point where it's like, all right, if this takes 10, 20 years for people to figure it out, let's do it. I'll be here that 10 or 20 years. I don't mind. Like, but this is what people need to get their message out there, make sure it doesn't get censored, make money for their art and their political cartoons and their poetry and their writings and, their documentaries. And it kind of entices people to go out there and create what you want to create and bring to the world what you want to bring to the world. And people that think like you are going to pay you for doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like in love with the whole idea.
I couldn't agree more. I'm absolutely in love with the technology and the freedom it gives and the oppression that can lift. Because the fact that even to hear your story, regarding your family, it breaks my heart. It makes me feel something that, is sad inside, because no one should go through anything like that, especially when you're not a bad person, and someone's judging you on just the way you look or the religion you have faith in or whatever it might be, the language you might speak. It could be anything. People can be crazy on this planet, and I don't agree with so much of it in this world. And there's something about being an avatar, for one, you can be anything. You know, like we're cartoon monkeys right now. No one would know what race we are. You know, no one would have a clue. Not really. We could be anything. We have so much freedom to be and live however we want to and sell ourselves in whichever way we want to as well. You know, if you want to be an artist now, you can be an artist. You might never have had an opportunity to ever be an artist in your life. And because now the use of smart contracts, blockchain technology, the way you can just mint something one day and then it sells. Like, for example, just one small example, I make positive videos with my ape. You'll see me running on a beach yelling, tequila, let's fucking go. We're all going to make it. And I love it. You know, like literally it brings joy to me. It makes me so happy. So I'll do that forever. And I created I created something on OpenSea called Positive Blocks. And I started minting my videos and they were like selling straight away. I've only done it twice. But I did it just to sort of add some positivity to the blockchain because I feel like we all need positivity. And if someone wants to mint it and then own it, they own that positive block of the blockchain. You know, that was the idea behind it. But the reason I'm saying it is because I made like maybe a 10-second video and I sold that video, meaning anything is possible. If I can do that, which is never, I'm not this content creator, I'm not someone who has ever done anything like this. Blockchain is brand new. Web3 is brand new. Ape filters is brand new. Everything is so just possible. Like there's no ceiling above us, anything is possible. We can do anything, be anything, sell anything. And we have the rights of ownership as well. So again, with smart contracts, not having a centralized platform, really being like managing our rights and what we can do and control this. Like, I think it's just a beautiful thing. What an amazing thing. Like, imagine, for example, any artists, music artists, imagine like the biggest thing they've ever seen is the streaming rights with Spotify. And then the largest record label still ended up owning it. So like, it's amazing what this is going to do for so many people. Like, wow.
Yeah, and you could tell who the people are that are advancing the game, especially like in music. You see Snoop doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then you see, the new block tones coming in. And it's just like, I'm rooting for everybody that's coming in and trying to do what the space is capable of and showing the world like what is up. And everyone's, like last year we were feeling early. This year we might feel like we're late, but we're still so like, we're like, yeah, I mean, if you think with 1 or 2 years at a time, yeah, you're late. But if you're thinking like, okay, where am I going to be 10, 20 years from now? Where are we going to be?
Yeah.
What business can I make that'll last 10 years? That could be done on this. So it just depends, like what like how narrow or narrow your mind is, or but if you really look at it, we got our whole lives ahead of us. We got an emerging technology that even if it evolves, we are going to be the ones that evolve it.
Yeah.
And we'll be there the entire time. And it's exciting to know that we're the ones. Like, you feel like you're at home. You know what you got to do. You know what path you're going to take.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to know, like, all right. And then now I got all these tools. I got this network. I got this IP, and then I got time.
Yeah.
We got, imagine this is one of your first 10 podcasts or so.
Yeah, it's wild. I think you're number 9. I think this is 9. You're in the top 10. Woohoo!
Perfect.
Let's fucking go.
Nice. Let's go. Number 9, my lucky number too.
Nice. Yeah, number 9 is lucky.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fortunate. Amazing.
So yeah, these stuff like this is gonna be like it's gonna be like ancient. People are gonna be like, oh, what was that? Like, oh no way, the first few podcasts. Like, people are like, you could just people are like upset they don't see results right away, but the people that get them are the ones that make them and never quit. Yeah. And that's what we're doing. We're here every day. We've been taking losses for 6-7 months straight, and we're still showing up every day.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You can tell we're not going anywhere.
Still with the wag me attitude.
Yeah, that's for sure. If anything, it's even better because before we were not all going to make it. You could tell who some people are just dumb or, they're spending, they don't even have an idea what they're doing. But now it's like, all right, the people who are really still here, like, we might have a better shot.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not that I don't want people, but the truth is not everybody can. Who's going to? Well,
Yeah.
they're not. Well, we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, we are going to make it. Like success is never in a straight line, you know? So some people just can't take the knockbacks because I guess if you've got an entrepreneur mind and a strong entrepreneurship background before Web3, you have the strength and the capability to understand that whenever you're knocked down, you just got to keep fighting. So if you're between a place where your goal is like there and you're here and then something happens in the middle, rather than stopping because there's a block, you reroute, you recalibrate, and then you journey on just in a different direction. But the goal doesn't change. The dreams don't change. You don't give up your dreams and your goals because of setbacks. And the people who understand that and keep pushing through the difficult times are the ones that will make it. And anyone who's early now and building and keep on pushing through those difficult times, no matter what comes at them, they just know their dream and their goal is up there and they're heading for it no matter what comes in their way. They're the people who will be the next ones that everyone else aspires to be like. Will watch from the sidelines thinking, wow, what an incredible person to go through that journey and to keep going until they actually made it to their dream. Like, it's possible.
Oh yeah, it's definitely possible. I'm seeing dreams get made overnight in a terrible market.
Yeah.
So it's just people. You could it's people get what they want and what they see already. If you're out there focusing on all the bad, that's all you're gonna get. If you're out there focusing, hey, I still got all this good stuff that I could get out of the market right now. Still got these connections. There's still some opportunities for, good profits. So as long as you think there are opportunities, you ain't going nowhere because any one of those opportunities could, and we've seen it, could turn $1 into $500,000.
Yeah.
Like, well, $100. It's the same idea though.
Yeah.
Like, we know what's possible. And it doesn't matter if it happens. We're not going to quit because it's going to happen again, whether we're there or not. And the only way to possibly get lucky is to try.
Yeah, you got to be in it.
And we're going to try.
Yeah, and I'm excited about it all as well. Even the wild ride in between, because it's all been a bit wild so far. None of it has been a straight line. It's all been a bit crazy. The highs, the lows, and the middle ground. It's just been like this. You're on the edge of your seat. I don't sleep very much, and I don't sleep that much anyway. I survive on 3 to 5 hours an average a night, and that's been me forever before Web3. Since Web3, now I find it really difficult. Wow. But I love being awake. So when I'm awake, it's so much more exciting and there's so much happening. I don't want to go to sleep. I have to go to sleep because obviously we need to at some point. But when I'm asleep, I just kind of want to wake back up.
I know what you mean.
It's amazing.
I look forward to Mondays because everybody's back online.
Yeah.
The volume's back up. It's like I'm sitting there on Sunday, like, hurry up.
Honestly.
I already watched my football.
Yeah.
I'm ready for I want to make some money and flips and buy some damn JPEGs.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's start the day already. So exactly. I read a quote just like yesterday, if you love waking up on Monday mornings, you already made it. And I'm all like,
nice.
Yeah. Exactly. I love what I do and what I want to go, where I want to go with it. And I don't even know exactly what's going to come out of it. Potential, definitely got potential business, potential hookah lounge. I want to do my own NFT gallery. So it's I don't even know what I want to do more than anything else. It doesn't matter because they're all excited me. They're all I love to do that. I love to do that. And whenever the opportunities are there, it's all right.
Yeah, because you're here.
And do it with a big smile.
Yeah, you're ready for it. I love it. I love it. The fact that we're here the fact that, again, we are talking as our apes. Like we've never met, and we're just talking from different sides of the world, and we're basically speaking as our bored apes, and it's just incredible. Like we're already first to do this. Like what else is going to happen? Like imagine when Mo Peep makes the rest of our bodies. Like who knows what we're going to look like? You know, like I could be like
Oh,
this
I
really
know,
buff,
right?
really buff ape.
That would be awesome. Did he even say anything about full bodies
Well,
yet?
he said there's things cooking. He's surprising us with something. I'm just not sure what exactly yet. So, but I've got lots of faith in him and his team, because like I love what they're doing so far with the filters, and like we're all getting updates of certain kinds, and yeah, I'm loving the whole journey there as well. Like the fact that we were able to bring our bored apes to life, and you know when our mouth moves and our eyes move, like I can wink. My ears shake. Like I love how,
Right?
you know, realistic it is. And like who knows
Yeah,
what's to come.
it's so realistic. My ape can't even open his eyes. It's like so high.
And even if it's not the smoking, you're high on life.
Exactly.
Staying bored forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even if someone
Well, I'm having more fun lately.
good. That's
Uh-huh.
good. I was gonna say, even if someone offered me like 10 million for my ape, I would not sell it, because it's not about the money for me. And to live, I don't need lots and lots of money. I know everyone needs money to survive, don't get me wrong, and to have lots of money is great, but it's not my purpose for why I minted my ape and held on to him for dear life. I wanted to bring it to life. I wanted to bring the IP to life and build something and make something so that it would live forever. So one day when the world changes and it keeps evolving, my bored ape will still be there as something, you know, there'll be something left on this planet that would have been created with it. And that's what I'm excited about. And I think anytime you put anytime you put your energy into something enough, and you build something and create something with enough spirit, you know, and passion and determination and drive and everything else that you need, I think like eventually money comes anyway. You know, money is more of it's an energy source. So, you know, the energy you put out comes back. And I feel like, you know, I've gone throughout life like that. The more energy I give something, the more that sort of comes back in value to me. And the same with like, I guess positivity and gratitude, and I guess spreading goodness and joy to other people. I think that comes back tenfold as well. Someone could offer me immense amounts of money for my bored ape, and I would never ever sell it ever. Like yeah, mine forever.
Not even buy a different ape with it
No,
and keep
yeah,
some money.
no, and no,
No.
I've grown. Like I know you, I know you shouldn't get emotional to your NFTs, and I know you shouldn't become attached, because it's not meant to be that way. You know, you're meant to have be able to flip things so that you stay sort of safe in your pocket. Otherwise, this game can get very sort of, I guess, ugly or messy if you're, I guess, using money as well that you need to live on, which I do not advise anyone to do. But with me, it was like it was never a money thing. And as much as like my ape chose me. So going in the backstory a bit, he was in a liquidity pool. And when I minted, it kind of turned up and I didn't see it beforehand. And it had a Hawaiian shirt. I was thinking, brilliant, island life. Bored sort of mouth. Okay, bored. That's okay. I can bring him to life and give him a personality, but we're boring sometimes anyway because it's island life. And then he was had like stoned eyes. And as much as I don't smoke physically, people all around me on the island, so like there's weed everywhere. So I'm thinking, yeah, I get high off the fumes. That makes sense. And like it just so many things made sense about having my ape that chose me, and I just got attached and started building the IP around it. And so even if I like if someone tried to offer me a certain amount, like any amount, I don't care if it's a crazy amount, and then I could, you know, buy like another 10 apes. I like it's difficult to say, because until you go through like situations and things happen, it's hard to say like for like a 1,000,000%. But how my mind is thinking right now and how it's thought for the last 18 months, definitely not. Absolutely no. No, no, no. I've got such big plans for this ape, and my dreams are coming true because of this ape. So yeah.
Absolutely. I feel you. That was kind of the reason why, couldn't let go of the ape even at its peak. It was like, okay, am I gonna find that kind of ape again?
Yeah.
And I've seen other ones that are similar, but the truth is there's only a few, and if those guys don't want to give them up, I'm gonna have to get completely different. I'm not gonna be able to, do what I was thinking, because IP is just not gonna match anymore. And I don't want to rely on having to find, somebody give the right ape up. There's only a handful that kind of fit the style that I'd like. And, there's some that fit better. So don't get me wrong. If you got offer me enough money and I could kind of maybe flip it to the same looking dude, but a gold grin, I'll take that one any day, or so it's like, there's just a few that I'd be willing to pull the trigger for that would still allow us to use it in the exact way. And we don't have to change a game plan or anything like that.
Once you have a plan and you want to build IP around it, it's really difficult to think that you'll ever sell or change. Like, I would probably buy more apes.
Okay.
So like, if ever, I guess, the opportunity arose and I felt like going shopping for some more blue chips, I would probably buy more apes. I heavily invested in other deeds when they dropped. And I ended up with a coder, which was really lucky. I went to sleep after minting and I didn't think I had a coder. I was looking at all the traits, but I hadn't slept or eaten properly for 4 days. I was so high on adrenaline around that time. I was so excited. Again, couldn't sleep. And I was, and I minted like my 2 that come with my mutants and my Bored Ape. And then I went on a bit of a shopping spree and I started minting others. It's way too much ETH, because when I look back now, and I wasn't even going for floor. I was looking at like the numbers. So what numbers I thought were sort of lucky to me or resonated with me. And I ended up paying like nearly 9 ETH for most of them. And ETH was higher then. So that was a bit wild, with that free internet money. But
let's just say most of that was gone.
Wild.
Most of that's gone.
Yeah, and I went asleep that night and woke up the next day. And then when I looked again, I thought, oh, I have got a coder. I didn't even see it because I was that exhausted that I didn't even like read coder in the traits or see it. But it was with my mutant land, which was really lucky. Yeah, that was cool. That was very cool.
Awesome. I remember how exciting that night was. Almost as exciting as the first mutant when the mutants came out. But it was just like, what did I get? What did I get? What did you get? And then it's like, okay, now you got all these new traits to go through, and what looks great, what's rare, what's not.
Yeah.
So it was like you said, 4 days of. And there's 100,000 other side lands and so many traits. You're like, all right, I got to break it down. They don't have the analysis tools yet. No, nothing to help you. And you're trying to just make the best buys before anybody else does. And it's just like, you go to sleep, you just, you lost 150,000 because you didn't buy that land, with the mega code on it before anyone realized they had. There's so many weird things that happen that first few days. It's like like you said, so hard to go to sleep.
It was wild. I think I was at the time, like ordering like takeaways and stuff straight to the houses and eating like just biscuits, so I didn't have to cook. And I was just constantly like on my devices. Like, it was insane. And obviously there was a lot of energy in the space because everyone was like excited. Everyone was sort of going through this thrill, and it was new again, and it was something like that was big, and it was a big thing. It was a big deal. And I know lots have happened since, but you can't take away that kind of energy and excitement. There's nothing like it. It almost felt like last summer, because last summer was insane. Like, wow. I can't even explain the emotion,
Yeah. And then the best part was like, it felt like we were buying real estate. Like, we're like justifying it. Like, oh yeah, I just spent like 45 ETH on this super land, but like that's like the best land. Like, it's the land.
Spot.
Like, it really felt like a good investment because we're like equating it to real estate. And then now we're like, damn it, I should have bought regular real estate, but okay. We'll take it. But that was such a fun feeling about it. It made us feel like we're landowners now for real. If we weren't already.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, I got a bunch of plots. I'm going to be so rich in the future. People are going to have to rent my stuff. They're going to have to borrow my resources. If you want to walk through my land, you're going to have to pay a fee. Like, we're coming up with so many crazy ideas how we're going to make money off of it. It's like, we don't even know anything about it yet either.
We still don't know.
Yeah, but those were the days.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was just so amazing. I'm laughing so hard right now. I think my eyes are watering a little, just you can't see it through my filter. Just like, yeah, I remember. I remember all of those things, all of the theories, you know, and like the top people in the space who do all the long threads, who are giving their analysis, and they would do proper charts and proper detail and graphs. And I was thinking, whoa, okay, these people know their stuff. And we still haven't heard anything since, really, for like any of it was right. But it was so exciting. It was so, yeah, but we're all, I guess, landowners now. We got other dates.
And we're all like, oh, where's our neighbor? Oh, you're down the street from me. Cool. Like, I'll be visiting you. Don't worry. Like, we're all thinking by next month we're gonna walk into each other's lands. Like, oh man.
Yeah, we've all got.
We probably need another year.
Yeah, but at least we've all got land now to keep our animal JPEGs in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wild.
I mean, I slept on the sandbox, but who cares about that?
The sandbox thing. That was wild. Even if you didn't sleep on it. So I was literally sitting at my computer, pressing the buttons really fast. Everything just crashed. I was trying to get 2 of them, and everything crashed. Mm-hmm. The whole of the software, everything. And the whole computer just went black. And I was still just pressing the button, basically. Like, the buttons were still being pressed and hoping that it caught one of the lands. And I ended up with a premium spot right next to Bay Club, which was so incredible because there were so many people on there trying to get these lands. It was insane. Yeah, I ended up with that spot, but I was gutted because I wanted to get 2, and I had my eye on like 2, but it was so fast. It was literally like it felt like under 5 seconds, like 3 seconds, and you were pressing it, and you were like, oh, did it go through? Like, you didn't even realize if it had gone through or not. It was crazy. And then by the time I got the laptop back on, I was like trying to check. It felt like ages. I know it's not like, you know, hours or anything, but it feels like hours, even minutes. And
oh, I know.
So
you got thousands on the line in those
seconds. Wow, yeah. And like the computer actually crashed. Everything went black. I've never experienced anything like it. And then when everything was like back uploaded, I was like, oh, at least I got 1. But yeah, it was intense. It was intense. Yeah, there's been so many moments, honestly. Yeah. So many moments throughout this whole time of trading NFTs and I guess minting new projects. And last summer, everything was like happening so fast. Because obviously it was a bull market and everyone was like, you know, the ETH was packed and everyone was ready to spend. And yeah, it was wild. Actually, after Bored Ape Yacht Club, did you like mint any of the Arabian camels? I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, I was actually I was working closely with the founder. I really liked it. I bought like 15 of them. And then he gave me like 16 to give away to people just to give away. So I went into Gary V's Discord, gave him like anyone that had a carrying camel. I gave away an Arabian camel to. I did some Instagram giveaways, some Twitter giveaways. So, you know, I gave them all away, and I ended up selling. After I held the ones I had for a long time, and after maybe 6 months, I sold almost all of them, and now I have 3 left. I have one with the pharaoh, kind of.
I know.
Like headdress, and then I have a red one named Naughty, one of the few that are named. Like, so he's like a 1-of-1. And like those guys I'm not selling. I ended up minting the Antara NFT too. I don't know if I'm in the video or anything like that, but I got to check out what's going on with that. But I still got faith in them. They're a pretty historical project. They're still tweeting all the time. Obviously, they don't got much attention,
which is a shame.
But I have a feeling that when the Arabs come in hard, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Camels, like this is guaranteed. I'll buy 1,000."
So.
You know, so.
I really hope so. I hope they do revive because I'm holding like 109 camels.
I think one day they will, and It's just could be another year, could be a couple months, but I have faith in them. I don't think they're gonna be overlooked, especially if they come out with that
Yeah.
movie that they're doing. Like they're in production. I've heard them going to Cannes for the film festival in France. Like for a project that has no attention, they're still doing a lot more than most. So that might be a sleeper that we should be talking about more. Maybe we should try to like let people know
Maybe I'll
about
start
them.
posting
That
like
they're
one of my 109 for 109 days. Oh, so
for
funny.
real.
Like when I first minted them, I loved the art, so I just kept minting more and minting more and minting more, and it just got out of hand. Obviously, if I'd minted 109 Bored Apes, my story would be a little bit different too. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
I just got excited. I like minted 109, and then I started doing. I made my tequila Instagram, and it was basically because of the camels. I was going to make like a little story about them. And if you go right to the bottom of the Instagram, basically it's all camels. Like there's a camel before my Bored Ape, even though I minted my Bored Ape first. It was like the Bored Ape. Yeah, I would like run the herd of camels. Like it was a little story I was making. But yeah, literally I had so many camels. I do have faith in them. I do have faith. So
the day I bought my first Bored Apes, those two Bored Apes, I spent my sale from that VFriend was about 6 ETH. I had the highest VFriend core sale at the time. I spent about 3 ETH in two Bored Apes, and then I put the other 3 ETH in Arabian Camels. So the same exact day, I joined both of those projects for the first time.
That's wild. That's amazing. I'm so glad to hear though that you held on to some Arabian camels because again, they didn't have much noise around them, and everything is marketing in this space. If things are not hyped, like people just don't mint. Like a lot of people in the space just want to flip quite quickly. So if they don't think something's going to rise, they just don't want to hold on to it. But yeah, I watched things sort of transpiring. I saw that they went to Cannes, and I saw like the roadmap with the movie they wanted to make. And I saw a lot of things that looked like there was a lot of potential there. And again, I noticed they were still trying, even though they had a bit of a rough start, in regards to the hype issue or the not much noise. Marketing, really. But yeah, I do have faith. Well, I must have faith because I'm still holding them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
Roll on the Arabs.
Oh yeah. Just wait till they come in. I heard the Emirates is starting a 5-year plan to basically become the metaverse Web3 capital of the world.
Yeah.
And if they do that, Arabian Camels is the first thing that's going to start skyrocketing.
I hope so. I'm welcoming that. Completely welcoming it. Yeah, I saw something on Instagram actually. Mm-hmm. I follow a lot of like metaverse sort of pages, and there's a few that have been showing the drone footage of what they're doing in is it Saudi Arabia? It looks incredible, like what they're doing. Yeah,
Saudi Arabia.
I think so. They're in the desert, and they're like basically the plan. It shows like this whole 3D sort of plan of what they're creating, and it looked amazing. Like anything they do there or anywhere in the surrounding areas, in general, the UAE, it's normally done in a bold way. So yeah, they're not afraid to throw their ETH at it. So.
Yeah, it's extravagant, over the top that it makes you sick sometimes. You're like, why? Like, why would you do that? So amazing. Once they start advancing the metaverse and Web3, it's gonna be like, oh, you're not you don't have a $14,000 VR headset, broke ass, that's what is gonna come. It's just like right now we got like, oh, you don't got an iPhone 14, like it's exactly the scenario that's gonna happen when we do take over. So those rich Arabs are gonna do a lot more than we think to advance to space.
I can't wait.
And yeah. I can't either. I thought they were going to come in a little bit hard. I seen them come in with the Arabic, 3-digit, 4-digit
Yeah.
ENSs, and they're doing okay there. I mean, Arabic's a huge language. Even non-Arabs are getting into that ENS game, but that's different than those super wealthy oil nations coming in, and those people just splurging and buying whatever they want, adding everything to cart and then taking. That's a different type of game that was.
It's another level. Like money's like running water. Yeah.
Literally, black water in the ground.
It's wild.
And then some of these guys make money just because they're from that country. It's like, oh, here's your dividends from letting us steal oil from themselves. It's like, that doesn't even make sense,
wild.
But I'll take it. Thank you.
It's wild. It's insane. But to like think that even that's not immersed yet, like even their culture. So there's so much that we are still early for. Meesh. Like, wow.
We're so early. I'm so excited. You got me hyped up, Tequila.
Yes, honestly.
And I was already hyped before this.
Wow. Meesh, we are at the beginning of something like nothing ever before. Something bigger than the .com boom, bigger than the internet, bigger than anything. It's massive. And we are here right now with our Ape filters, and we're doing a first already. Oh, Meesh, it's massive. We are we're ready for it. We are here. We are ready. We are pumped. Yeah.
Yep. Right on the front line. We are changing history.
We are like shaping history.
And we might not give ourselves that credit, but
we are.
And that's just, it might not feel like it. But
I feel
matter.
It, even when people
honestly
are like fitting in the space, and when people get a little bit of cold feet, I'm just sitting there smiling because I feel none of it. I don't watch the market. I don't look at my bags. I literally leave it all be. I let it wash away from my mind, and I keep building and I keep doing. And all I see is opportunity. All I see is the future. And we are living every day in the present, and it feels slow, and every day feels the same, but it's not. We are so early to something so incredibly massive beyond our wildest beliefs. There's no ceiling. Everything is possible. There's zero ceiling, bar our own thoughts. It's wild.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thoroughly enjoyed speaking to you. It's been amazing to get to know you better. Honestly.
Same to you. I'm so happy you reached out.
And we'll definitely catch up at Art Basel, and I'll see you in Miami. And we'll have some tequilas on the beach. That'll be cool. For
100%.
sure. Meesh, it's been absolutely amazing to have you on the show. It's been so incredible getting to know you better. I absolutely loved listening to your story. I've loved chatting to you. I feel like I could just talk for hours. So we'll have to either pick it back up on Twitter or definitely in Miami at Art Basel, for sure.
Thanks, Tequila. I can't wait to see you there.
Amazing, fan. I can't wait. We're going to make it.
Let's fucking go. Tequila! Tequila! Tequila!
Yeah!
Woo! Let's fucking go. Tequila! Woo!
Thanks so much.
Yes. Happy to.
It's been so cool to chat with you. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yes.
It's been a blast.
Of course. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.